Hi guys. Well, good morning. Here I am on my first thing, whatever you call these things. The reason why I'm doing this is because for all my years, okay, when I was 17 years old, I was invited to a youth group in New Valley in Hawaii, and it was filled with a bunch of kids. It was probably about 75 high school kids from my school, and that I knew. I had no clue that this was going on and that people were coming to these things. So I got invited, and I walked in, and it was just such this unusual feeling with classmates of mine, just a different vibe than what I was used to walking into a party. And everybody seemed it just seemed safe. When it started, this woman came out, and her name was Auntie Hazel Kennedy, and she had a guitar, a classical guitar, strapped around her neck, and she welcomed the song. As soon as she walked in to say whatever she said, she probably spoke one word, and it seemed like everybody, just from a kind of a noisy, a lot of energy, I just silenced in her presence. Not out of fear, but out of total respect. I'll never forget my first time there, because it felt like a place I was searching and longing for my whole life. She gathered us together, prayed, and she strummed a guitar and started singing. And everybody started singing along with her. Her voice was in charge, and strong and sure. It almost silenced all the voices in my head and silenced the darkness, and almost demanded truth and love and everything that God had for me in that moment. It almost demanded that right at that time. As everyone was singing, and I was kind of in the front, I didn't really know what was going on, so I was just sitting there, and like most concerts, or like when you're at a football game, you're looking around. Like, I love to look around, I love to be around people, and I love to watch people. So I would look around, and besides me, and everyone's had their eyes closed, and they were just so into like this moment. And they were singing and weren't involved and weren't into each other. It was just this moment, and some of them started raising their hands, and I would just look around and just stare at them, thinking, what's going on here? Like, it was a strange, weird feeling, but it also was. I was so attracted to it. Like, there was something so compelling and so drawing to it, and I didn't understand it, but yet it felt like it was like a puzzle piece, like the final puzzle piece, just fitting in and just going complete. So I looked around, and I just felt this overwhelming sense of safety and love, and almost like if I was running a marathon, it was almost like came to the end. Like I won the race. I just came, and something I felt like I got. At this moment, I felt like there was a treasure chest that was given to me, and a beautiful treasure chest. And I didn't know it then, but that's how I kind of think of it now as I'm older. And I feel like I have this treasure chest, and it's filled with all these beautiful gems. And like, gems are very hard to find. Some gems are, you have to dig through and chisel some rock to get there. Some gems are dangerous to get. You have to go into caves and blast caves, and you can kill yourself to get them. There's risk involved. There's thoughtfulness, and there's a commitment to get it. And I feel like that moment, God gave me a treasure chest that was beautiful, and it was placed right in front of me. And it wasn't like a beautiful treasure chest that was with gold and everything. I feel now it is like the treasure chest is filled with gems and is adorned with gems. This is inside of me. But this treasure chest that was first presented to me was like a clear, clean box, that like a treasure chest that was made just for me. And there was nothing in it or nothing on it, but that was the beautiful part. It was clean. There was no trace of anything. It was just all like a new start, a new beginning, and for new findings in life, for new adventures and new new discoveries and things to explore and to learn about. And I felt like a whole new world was open to me that night. That night, I don't remember like saying a prayer to God or Jesus or saying anything, but I felt it like inside of me. I'm like, I'm not gonna leave this place. I will stay here forever. And that night, I feel like my life has changed. From a person, I was a somewhat partier, and I would get drunk all the time. I would drink at home in the day by myself. I was worried about that because I felt like I was hiding something. I was quite worried about where I was heading in that moment. I was empty. I was insecure. I felt abandoned and alone, and I didn't know what to do with my life. I wasn't. When people asked, I was 17, and people would ask, "What are you going to do?" I mean, I didn't know. Have no clue what I wanted to do. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know. I guess my only dream was to be married and to have children. That's all I desired, and all I wanted was to have my own place that I can call mine, and it be safe, and it be something that I could have an affection on. But there was nothing that I could give, So walking into that room changed my day. And I feel like with these times together, I want to be able to share with you that it's free. Like, this came at no cost for me other than to surrender my life. And it's been the best decision I've made in my whole life. I'm free to share that, our life on social media, I mean, we share good things because we have to be reminded of the goodness in our life. We have to be reminded that no matter what we walk through at the time, because life isn't perfect, it is a journey. There are dark times, and there are bright times, and there are sad times, but we have to remember that there's beauty always around us. And that's why I capture the things that I captured. I capture photos because I love to see beauty in people and in nature, and us like enjoying time together. I love to see friendships and love and babies and the beauty I feel God created us for. I love to remember those things. Those things at times are important to us because there is so much pain. There is so much bad news. There is so much heartache and struggle in our life. So social media to me is a great platform to remind us all of the greatness and goodness that we have in our life, and to hold on to those things, to treasure those things. So now that I've lived kind of a lifetime, and I've raised my children, and I'm raising, having my grandchildren now, like, I feel like I'm in a new time where I want to give give what I have and share it with anyone that is interested and might be find themselves in the same place I was when I was 17, when you feel alone and very weak and with no vision or no nothing to look forward to in life, where it's scary and dark and lonely, and you feel like you've been tormented or battered, and so there's hope for all of us, and there's hope for us as people striving, or there's hope for people that feel weak, and there's hope for people that have families and marriages that are crumbling right now, or that are battered with diseases and things that are so tough, financial hardship and everything. But God promises to be faithful, and He promises to be there. And I've lived long enough to know and to be totally certain with you that He will never fail you. And sometimes in your life you feel like there's sometimes I'm like, why, God, is this happening to me? I thought you said this, and why did you do this? Why are you doing this? I've many times told God that, like a tantrum. And I meant it because I didn't understand. And I still don't understand some things that happen and why they happen, But God has always proven Himself faithful. Always. Always. But it comes with a price. The price of me surrendering myself to Him. The price of me going, okay, God, I give up. What do you have to say? What do you have to say? Tell me what to do. And He always will tell me what to do. Always. He's the best counselor you'll ever get. He's the best guide you'll ever get. And you surround your life with things that are so beautiful. But we, as people, have to learn how to find those treasures, and some things are a little harder to find than others, but they're there, and they're ours to keep, and ours to hold on to, ours to give away, and this is my way of giving it away. So I hope you join me on my own journey and my own venture back into where I came from, but also presently. I want to share with you things that God how He talks to me, how and through scriptures or through people and through things I see, even on some people's own Instagrams. I get enlightened and brightened up, inspired, and I just have so many people to thank for that. And you might be one of them. And so I hope to be able to do the same to you. So I hope you join me, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize because this is me. I'm a little bit scattered. I don't have the best vocabulary words, but I have a lot of love and my heart, and it's there because only one reason. And I hope that on my journey with you that you also find that for yourself. And start opening your treasure box that He puts in front of you, and start adorning it and putting those gems inside that you find in life. Because one day, we're going to stand before Him face to face, like right in front of God. And it's not going to take faith for you that believe, and life might be so hard for you right now. But it won't take any faith when you see Him face to face one day. For you that don't believe, you're going to see Him face to face one day. And you're going to find the most glorious, most beautiful, most safe, most compassionate being in front of you. And you're going to wonder, why didn't I believe? Why was I fighting so hard against this? What was the point when this is what was coming? It's going to come. So let's find it now while we're here. Let's not make life a worse struggle than it already is. Let's find the gems here. Find how to find more, even in the rubble, even in the pain, even in any darkness that you're going through. There could be gold all around you. And that's what I want to help us find together in life. So I love you guys. Thanks for coming into my house. Love you all. See you next time.